All right, so I'm here today with three of my good friends, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves. But the thing they all share in common is that they're all students, and they're all having to deal with this kind of weird situation that we're in our world. And so I wanted to get them on here to kind of talk with them, and they all have a connection to our church in one way or another. And so I wanted to get them on here to just hear their perspective about kind of how they're dealing with all this and experiencing this weird time of the coronavirus. And so I'll let you guys introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Malipo. I am a junior at Frederick Douglass High School, and I am a student at Common Good and also a member at the youth group at Embrace. And yeah.
My name is Mireille, and I'm a senior at Frederick Douglass High School. I've been a part of the Common Good program for 8 years, and I am a part of the youth leadership team.
And
Awesome.
My name is Adrianna. I am a sophomore at Berea College, and my connection to everyone is that I'm a member at Embrace Church and also a Common Good graduate from 2018.
Crazy. So like all of you are students, like we said, and you're all dealing with this in kind of your own different ways. I'll tell you, this is like the strangest school semester I've ever experienced in my whole lifetime. And I can't imagine what it's like being in school during this time. And so I know each of you are dealing with it in your own different way. So I'd love to hear a little bit just about what you've been thinking and how you're processing and experiencing everything. So Audrey, you're the oldest. We'll start with you. But like, you're a college student at Berea. And I remember Berea was kind of one of the first schools that decided they were going to cancel everything. And I remember where I was when we found out. I was actually with your brother, the rest of the Common Good staff, and then the Embrace staff, and we were all at Smithtown Seafood over at West 6th eating lunch. And Jonathan showed us the email that you had sent, and I was like, "No, this is spam. They're trying to scam her. Like y'all need to call the school. This doesn't seem right," because they're like, "We're canceling everything, and everybody's got to go home." And so I remember being shocked, and I imagine being a student, it was probably even crazier. So like, what's it been like for you, kind of like, since that time, and kind of what was that initial kind of reaction to?
So when I first saw the email, I was getting ready to go to work because everybody works on campus. So I was really close to my job and I was getting ready. And when I read that email, I got just like immediate, like, I don't know, like a feeling in my chest of like confusion and just like, I felt very uncomfortable just because I didn't really understand what this meant. I was like, should I even go to work right now? So I ended up not going to work, and I just emailed my boss, and I'm like, I'm so confused right now. I was like, I just need some time alone and just to figure this out, because it was that shocking and that scary in a sense. Not scared where I was like fearing my safety, more scared because it's like completely out of my control. What does this mean for the rest of my semester? What does this mean for everything? And so, yeah, the way I've been having to handle it is just kind of think of the positive and out of all of this. And I think the main positive thing that's come out of everything is the fact that everybody is safe. And so part of me was like, kind of like, I don't want to leave, I want to stay, I want to finish. But the other part is like, you know, at this moment, we've got to think about safety. And so I feel like that sense of that feeling of wanting safety kind of calmed the uncomfortableness and the uncertainty that I was already feeling. So
Mireille, like, you know, like just, I think it was like 2 days ago, you mentioned you got the news that like all the regular kind of in-person classes are canceled for the rest of the year. And it seems like, I think they said there was not going to be a normal kind of graduation ceremony, right? And so like, I immediately thought of you, and I thought of Alberto and Henry and Ben and like the other seniors, and just feeling for y'all, because I've been to a ton of graduations and I know they're so exciting. And it's like kind of that affirmation that like you've done this, that celebration. And so like, how are you feeling about all this, being your senior year of high school, like probably the weirdest senior year anybody's ever had? So how are you? Have you been feeling through all this?
Um, at first, I tried to like have hope when we first got out of school. I was like, this will probably be over in like 2 months, and we can go back. We'll have a graduation like normal. But then when they canceled everything, it was like very painful and hard because all this hard work that I've been doing for 12 years and that one moment that I was waiting for, like to just walk across that stage so my family and my friends can see me, has been like taken away from me, and it feels like I've been working hard for nothing.
Yeah.
And I just feel like they could have handled it differently because they didn't have to like go ahead and say cancel everything. They could have waited till like late July or early August to see if we can still have an in-person graduation.
You're back in school now, like y'all started back and you're doing like online stuff, and is that going okay?
Yeah, it's going okay because we were already like using our Chromebooks to do our work. But some people aren't like virtual learners. They have to be in class with the teacher in front of them telling them what to do. Some projects that they've been giving us have been hard trying to do on our own. And sometimes we don't understand, so we just have to like email them, and they don't really explain things good over email.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I imagine for you and Malipo too, really, like y'all got big families, like lots of younger siblings. Like, how's that been, like trying to get schoolwork done with all your siblings in the house? Has that been kind of challenging? Or?
Yeah, because when I'm doing my work, they come and ask me for help on their work, but I need to do my work first, and then I can like help them.
So Malipo, I know that like you're a hard worker, you care about your education, and I know that you're not a senior, but you're getting close to the end of all this, and like you probably got a lot of responsibilities in your family, being the oldest kid in your family. So like, what's life been like for you during all this, and kind of what challenges have you faced?
I mean, it's just something to manage. And just since we like closed school, I guess I'm like pretty much the parent now because like my parents, all they do is just like they just leave and just go just work and also like provide for us. But I guess I'm just home, just helping them out with just different things they need and just making sure that they're able to learn and just take school seriously and just turn in their work and also just help them out.
Yeah, so you're having to worry about your own stuff, but also worrying about helping your little
Yeah.
brothers and sisters with everything they got to do. It's a lot of responsibility. Audrey, why don't we start with you? What are you praising? What are you protesting?
So something that I'm praising would definitely have to be like education, because I feel as though at least my college, I think that they did the right thing in continuing online work, and they're even offering the summer courses online. So I'm taking a course on May, free online course, accounting one. So that's something that I'm really happy about. I feel like education is so very important right now in my life as a young adult. So I wouldn't have wanted that to somehow be like stopped. It's like I'm on a journey, like I want to finish. So that's something that I'm really happy about. If I have to think about something that I'm not so happy about, it would kind of be the way that things have been handled, like in our country. I just feel like that's not been the right way to do things. I think about specifically like the community that, whether whatever community that doesn't speak English, whether Spanish or French or whatever language that, they speak primarily, when English is their second language. I feel like that's already hard, but you throw in coronavirus in the mix and it's like even more confusing. So I can only imagine how scared and how uncertain that must be for those communities. I know like my mother-in-law, like she speaks English, but you know, Spanish is her first language. So I just see her in the way that she handles that. And at least I know I'm there to help her, but I can only imagine for other people that maybe don't have somebody like that explaining things. So that's what my protest is, that I wish we would be more caring about the fact that everybody in this country is going through this, and not everybody in this country speaks English. So that's my only.
I'm grateful that my family and I are able to stay safe and healthy throughout this very hard time. And I'm protesting some of the decisions that the government has made. Like, not all the decisions have been rational. I feel like they could handle things differently, like Audrey said.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really think they're thinking about everybody as a whole. Maybe just some people. Like, for example, I already said the graduation thing. I don't think they had to cancel that whole thing. They really could have postponed it to a later date and seeing where things go. Yeah.
A praise for me is, I guess, all my family members, my friends. I haven't heard anyone with the coronavirus or has came in like any close to it, any contact. Yeah, so that's a praise for me. A protest. Um, I don't know. Could be. I think it's the same thing as Audrey and Mireille. Just the decision to just going around with the government, the governor, the president, as they're not like going eye to eye with each other. Like the mayor wants to do his own thing, the president wants to do his own thing, where he just wants to open up the whole nation, and the governor's over here like, it's our decision because we're the leaders of the states, and so it's our decision to do whatever we want. So whenever we want to open is whenever we want to open. So it's kind of like an argument between state and national governments. So yeah, so you don't know which one's gonna really, I guess, have a good impact, and that's what bring up the good idea, like the perfect idea for us in order to like lead this country in this kind of time that we're in.
Yeah, because you would hope, and going through a crisis like this that's so unprecedented that we've never seen before in our lifetimes, that people could come together and figure out like how can we truly do the best thing and work together on this. But it seems like people are still just like button heads and refusing to like to put aside their own personal agendas to really come together to see what's best for our country, for sure. Yeah, for me, I think like I'm praising just, I mean, the beautiful weather's been nice. The sunshine today, that lifts me up, and being able to get outside and do different things has been good for me. So today I'm feeling that. I'm just protesting like not being able to see people and spend time with folks. Like that's just been really hard on me. And, you know, I've got Laura, which I'm fortunate for that, but not being able to hang out with friends and see all y'all, like, I mean, not having common good here in the youth group and all that, it's just been heartbreaking. And it's just so sad up here at church because like that gives me life and energy. And so it's just been sad not to be able to see you guys and all the other kids. And so that's something I'm protesting today too.
Well, I could add on to what you were just saying, that I saw, I don't even remember where I saw that, but it said that right now it's like every introverted person's like dream and every extroverted person's nightmare. So I think a lot of people are really struggling with social distancing and the fact that you can't see a lot of people, while we have the introverts that are living their best life. And I think that right now, I don't mind it at all. I would understand how people are really struggling with that, but from a personal point, I'm an introvert, and I feel very satisfied with the fact that I don't really have to see a lot of people. So I try and think about how other people are feeling. But
Mireille, would you classify yourself as an introvert or an extrovert?
I think I liked being an introvert until they told me that I had to like be
I
more
feel
like
that.
like now I need to go see people. Like, I don't like staying in the house anymore and doing the same thing every day. But personally, I do think I'm an introvert. But I still want to go see people right now. Like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
It cannot become a norm.
No, I'm sure. Malipo, what about you?
I don't know. I kind of think I'm like in between pretty much, because like I'm like willing to go see people, like go to the park, play futsal with some friends, and just just hang around. But at the same time, I'm just willing to just social distance and just stay home and just make sure I'm safe.
Yeah. No, I feel that. Well, this has been fun. Thank you guys for doing this. good for me just to see your faces and to be able to talk for a few minutes. I love you guys, and I just I hope we get through this sooner rather than later. And Mireille, I know you may not get a formal graduation, but we will celebrate one way or another with you, and we celebrate with you in this accomplishment. So keep it up and finish strong this semester. It's good to hang out, but we'll talk soon.
Bye.
Bye.
See you guys.